Hi everyone, Amy here from Amy's Planner and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my transition from my loyal, lovely Twilight Mumsy and Bub A6 planner, which is getting a little bit worn, a bit rough. She's very sweet, but it's time for her to retire for a while, and into my brand new Poppy A6. So we'll go through that. I also want to show you how I made some new inserts and a couple of other bits and pieces. So I'm going to move all of this away for a minute and show you Dear Twilight, which, if you can see, is getting a little worn around the edges. Pen loop's a bit loose. A couple of little divots. Well used, well loved. It's a bit, you know, I love Twilight. Totally one of my favourite colours in the whole collection, and it was my first Mumsy and Bub TN. It was actually my first TN, and I got it from a D-stash. It was already a little bit used, although not too much, but I think it's now time for her to retire, and so she's going to sit up on my shelf with all of my completed inserts. There's one at the moment, but there will be more soon, and she's going to look after those. She's going to go into retirement, going to, you know, yeah. I'm not going to get rid of her. She means too much to me, but yeah, she's a little bit old. And she doesn't get treated all that well. I tend to just chuck her in my bag or in my car, and we go off and we do stuff, and she gets dirty and wet and gets a clean every now and again. But anyway, I'm going to put her aside and show you what I'm going to put into my Poppy. So I have a whole lot of stuff here. I have, I can find it, my A6 plain insert that I've been using, kind of bullet journal-ish, and I'm nearly done through that. There's probably a couple of weeks left because I've been using the back few pages for a couple of bits and pieces, and I've just slipped that inside of some vellum from Planners Anonymous, from the Planner Babe kit, just to give it a bit of a shine up because it's getting a bit worn around the edges. Yeah, I don't treat this planner very well. I love it, but it goes everywhere with me. I also have my wallet insert. Now, I'm not overly concerned that these colours don't quite go together. They're pink. They're both pink. Pink's fine. Which I've just wrapped in a bit of acetate from one of the Icy Peppermint boxes. I'm going to trim those down at some point. I just haven't got to it yet. What else have I got? I've got just a plain dotted notebook from Kmart, which I've wrapped in some vellum from somewhere, and I have a spare elastic band in case I want to make a jump band. And then these three, let me just pull them apart gently. These three are the inserts that I made for myself. I'm just going to pull all the stuff off them for a minute. Okay, so I made these three inserts. This is my monthly calendar. So it's just got a calendar for every month of 2020. It's not quite perfect. For some reason, March is completely skew, but March is really the only one that's noticeable. And the same with November, which is the corresponding page. So yeah, I made that one. I will show you how I made them in a minute. I also have a reading log, which is also books to read, which is also TV shows to watch, which is also movies to watch. I was going to make inserts for all of them, and I thought I'm never going to use all of those pages, so it's all sort of combined in together. I do have some books to put in that I've finished already this year, but we'll get to those in a minute. And then this is my social media planner. So I've ummed and ahed over what I was going to use. I was going to use Hobonichi Weeks. I was going to use a couple of pages in my Happy Planner. Then I decided I'd make my own. So I'm going to bring it up so you can see it. This is the week of. I'll write the days and select the months. My priorities for the week in terms of social media. Videos, title, filmed, edited, posted, and then tick that it's all done. Any notes and any video ideas I might have. Some to-dos, some plans for next week, and then down here I'm going to write what I need to do each day. So Monday, upload A6 plan with me, upload associated Instagram information. Tuesday, etc., etc. And that's just the same all the way through. And yep, so that's it. And they're just going to sit together. I've just made them using some Canson drawing paper in 110 gram on my Canon printer. I don't know like what type of printer. It's Canon, it's colour, it's whatever. And then I've just covered it with some of the papers that came in the Icy Peppermint box over the last year or so. I have some acetate and I have some more vellum as well. And I tried to go with pink, but not like in your face pink because, you know, ugh. So I've got to work out which order these were in. That was around that. I put it all into the planner to make sure it fits. It kind of does. And then I'm going to put these two together, and that one's going to go first. And yes, I'm just using elastic bands for jump bands because I really couldn't be bothered making my own. I was being lazy. Speaking of lazy, here are the mock-ups for my planners. Now, they're not fancy. I made them in Word. And because I've got an A6, I'm like, I'm going to be really lazy. And I'm just going to cut an A4 sheet in half and then fold it in half because, you know, that's what you do. And I thought, it's going to be really easy. I'll do it really quickly. It like take me 10 minutes and I'll just print them all out. And then I realized that if I do that, the pages won't be like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Yep. I'm a bit upset with, not upset, I'm probably a little bit embarrassed with how long it took me to work that out. So what I did was I just went into Word and I don't know where 3 and 4 have gone. Just put a big 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up to, I think I went to 35 the first time or 36. Printed it out, double-sided A4, 4 pages to a sheet to see where the numbers would end up, cut it in half, folded it and went, okay, 24, then 19, then 16, etc., etc. I went through and then wrote the months, Jan, Feb, and so on. Made up a monthly calendar that looked like this. Went through each month and put all the dates in and then copied this half onto page, whatever it was, 19. And then the corresponding rest of the month onto the corresponding page, 16. So I just kept flicking backwards and forwards between a couple of different documents. So yeah, it's not rocket science, although it did take me probably 2 to 3 days, longer than I anticipated. I thought like, oh yeah, do it in the afternoon, done. No. For some reason, March doesn't line up. It's the only month that's really like obviously out of loop. I don't know why. So yeah, so I just did everything in A4 and then when I printed it down to 4 pages in one, so 4 sheets on one page, and then flipped it on the long edge. And it seemed to work really well. But yeah, the first thing I did was big numbers in the middle of the page so I could work out which ones are which, and then I threw that out because I'd written it all over it. So yes, this is my template, and then I have the monthly one, and I made my social media one, and then I made my reading log one. Just using Word, nothing fancy. I did a little looking around on Pinterest. If you want to follow me on Pinterest to see all the planner stuff that I pin and all my inspiration, I will link it down below somewhere. And I got a lot of inspiration from Pinterest and I looked there, but I kind of just did some templates and practice pieces until I was happy with what I had. And that's what I've ended up with. And yeah, I just printed them all out on the Canson paper. I trimmed it using my trimmer, and just to show you, you don't need all these fancy equipment. This old butter knife is both my not creasing tool. You know how you make like a line so it folds easier? And then like yeah, that's it. That's what I'm using for that. And this is really old. This came in the set my parents got for when they got married as a wedding present. And to put holes in, to put staples in, I used a drawing pin, like a push pin, like one of those ones you get, like you poke into things. Can't talk today. Yeah, so nothing fancy, believe me. Very MacGyvered. So that's the story. If you want me to go through in more detail how I made the inserts, let me know, and I'm happy to do like a step-by-step and show you how I designed them. Oh, and the other thing that I made, I just realized, is I made this kind of covery thing with 2 pockets to keep stickers in. Just using papers from Planners Anonymous. I'm not overly impressed with how the matte laminating sheets go. Like this went through my laminator 3 times and there's still like air bubbles and stuff. So I might go back to using glossy, except I like the outside. So anyway, so I just, to make the pockets, grabbed a Planners Anonymous pocket that comes in the die cut sheet, traced around the parts that I wanted, so that bit, cut it onto some plain paper, glued it down, glued it onto this, laminated it, and then just cut a little hole so you can put stuff in there. And I've just got some stickers in there to show you. So yes, that's pretty much all the making part. I'm just going to put it together now. Whoops. Now, how am I going to... I don't remember the order I was going to put things in. So my weekly planner will go at the front because that's the one I flip to the most. And then I was going to put... this one's twisted and annoys me. Okay. Then I was going to put my social media planner... No, hang on. I was going to put my monthly planner on next. Oh, and I don't have like a long arm stapler, so I punch the holes and then put staples through and fold them down using my very versatile tool. Yep. Okay, so there's that. And I'm going to use the social media and the reading viewing log on my very fancy jump band around the back. Probably would have been easier if I put that one on first, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, that would have been way easier. Then I'm going to put my wallet insert to cover up, well, not cover up, but just to go over this knot. I find that sits quite nicely in there and doesn't sort of go anywhere. I was going to cut the knot shorter, and then I thought if I want to restring this, that's going to be really hard to undo. And then at the back, I'm just going to put my notepad with the spare jump band. Well, elastic band. Okay. She's definitely chunky. Definitely chunky. I'm okay with it. It is just going to go... I've got a new handbag for the summer, and it's a bit bigger than my regular one that I just carry around. Hang on a second, I'll grab it. So this is the handbag I use most of the time because I have a big work bag. So something little that I can chuck on. I'm on holidays, so it's not going to fit on camera, but I'll show you anyway. I got like this bag in the sales from Strand Bags. It's just like a giant tote bag. It's pretty cool, actually. I'm really happy with it. And so I've got plenty of space for the planner. Sorry to digress slightly. So in my twilight, I was using this planner from the Holiday Home kit from Planners Anonymous, and I've been using that for ages, but it doesn't, like, it goes, but it doesn't really go. And instead I'm going to use this rose gold pen from Mumsy and Bub, which actually came with this TN. So I'll put that in there. Yes, the charm is going to annoy me, but I'll get over it. And the other things I was going to put in, I have some paper clips and stuff. So this one came in, did it come in the Planners Anonymous? Not Planners Anonymous, Plum Mashable advent calendar. I think it did, I'm not quite sure. And I was going to use that one here in my monthly calendar. I'm going to do some setup in later today. Oops, so that's going to go there. That's probably going to come off in my bag and I'll never see it again, but it looks okay now. And then I'm going to use this bow somewhere. Ooh, that's last week. Here to mark this week. And then I have a butterfly that I think I got from Hobby Hoppers. I don't know what that is. I've had that forever. But I think I got this one from Hobby Hoppers and I'm going to use that to mark this week or next week, really, in my social media tracker. Like that. Just going to move it down a little bit. I don't know if my planner will stay this full or even like this decorated. I don't usually have things hanging out of my planner. It's not really my style. Like, it's a bit more, it's not quite, this is supposed to be my utilitarian, use for anything, goes anywhere, MacGyver TN. It's a little bit, I have to go through and trim some of those edges, I think, but yeah, ta-da! So there it is, there's my A6. My new A6 TN all put together. It's got some glitter on it, but that's okay. It's very chunky. I don't know how well it's going to hold all this, but we'll give it a go for a few months until the summer's over at least. So I'm probably even into spring. Come Easter, I want to change it. I do have a, what colour's coming? Slate A6 coming for winter, because I thought like pink is cool, but really a summer colour for me. And I thought slate would sort of go with being back to work and all that sort of stuff. We'll see. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll stay in this for longer. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about anything in here, let me know, and I'm happy to go through it with you. You can find me over on Instagram at Amy's Planner. You can find me over on Pinterest at the link down below if you're interested in like following along with that. And yeah, if you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you next time. Bye.